Hello there, epic gamers, and welcome to this epic Minecraft 2D Edition Let's Play. I'll be your host, KTG. As you can see here, Terraria, which is the subtitle for Minecraft 2D, has many ways to play. We'll only be focusing on one of them, because I have not achieved anything within my worthless speck of life, and I'm too cool to have friends. Let's go. As you can see here, we have no player characters, because I deleted all of them for the sake of this video. Hundreds of hours down the drain. Anyway, the best way to make a character is to just spam the random button until you think you see something you like, and then regret it later, as you realize they're not as enjoyable to look at as you thought. I didn't even look at that one, so I won't have that problem. Let's make an epic gamer name. Now that's epic. Now we must create an epic world where our epic character will reside in, and mass murder. Of course, we need a large world to hold my massive ego and my massive lack of other vocabulary. Let's go. Normal mode because expert is for chumps. We need an epic world name to hold our epic YouTube Let's Play. Let's try Epic Gamer World, because then we know for sure it can hold what we got. As you can see here, we're doing I don't even know the name of what that is, because I don't know names very well. Anyway, red means bad, so obviously this is the worst of the two. That's all I got for this. I'll see you in the world itself. See you right back.
A few moments later.
Alright, epic gamers. Welcome back to Terraria. I say this like it's been a good 6 minutes, because for me it has. But for you, it's been like 3 seconds. Maybe. Now watch as I get absolutely bodied by beginner RPG enemies. Let's turn down some of the sound here. There we go. You know, it's an epic game when you almost die to beginner enemies. And as we all know, 26 health loss is almost dead. Just like the normal form of Minecraft, this epic game starts out with you breaking down trees. Except unlike that terrible game Minecraft, we have an actual tool for it. Because real men know that punching trees hurts your hand real bad, and you might need to call your mother to bandage it. Now watch as I indiscriminately murder a tiny slime that poses little to no threat. Now I must appease my ancestors by digging copper. Riveting gameplay. That's enough about me. Let's break these pots. Now, as you can see here, wood is traditionally mined with a pickaxe from the ground. Let's go explore this wood harvesting factory. as you know, putting fire inside of living wooden objects is the optimal way to do things. Because otherwise, how would you see? You wouldn't. It's a trick question. That's how we do things around here. Anyway, we got the most epic weapon alive. The leaf wand. Also, the living wood wand. Guess what they do? Go on, guess. Bet you won't. Anyway. Oh, Jesus. That gave me a big spook. But it doesn't matter, because we have fire. And everything's afraid of fire, including me. Anyway. That's enough about you. How about that glowing red thing over there? That means that that weird red thing on the loading screen is near. And what do we do with our problems, epic gamers? We run away from them. And ignore them. So I'm gonna mine this iron ore like I didn't just see an epic monstrosity of human, monster, and in between flesh. Listen to that epic music in this epic game. Would you look at that? It's an epic heart. Still beating, and as big as my entire character. This game has it all. Would you look at that? Another epic heart, and a blood statue, along with silver ore. This is obviously a representation from the author that the only true way to earn money in this society is through the blood of the less fortunate. What an epic understanding. Would you look at that? Worms. Obviously, a representation for the parasitic need for us to hold money in our capitalistic society. What an epic interpretation. Epic game designer Notch truly made a great game. As you can see here, we have gained a whoopee cushion from that epic slime, making an epic noise. This is obviously a representation for something. I'm not a scholar. I failed 5th grade. I think it might have been 4th grade. I never learned how to count. Because all I did was play Terraria. That's why I'm so good at this epic game. I apologize for not talking for like 3 minutes. If you divide 3 minutes by 180 seconds. Because there's like a whole... Never mind. You get it. However, I'm deeply disturbed by that non-epic sound that was just playing. That one right there. So I must now take my leave of this place. Not down there, because there's my problems. And you know what we say? Don't face your problems, because they'll face you back. Ah. Well, my problems may be chasing me, but I'll just hit them away. like an epic gamer would. This noise is making me deeply uncomfortable, and I really want to leave. But can't do that, epic gamers, until we get that epic bread. However, all the world's bread supply is outside of this cave, which is conveniently attached to the bottom of this tree. What a wonder of geological miracles. Anyway, let's get right out of there, gamers. As you can see here, I grew up on platforming games, which means I am terrible at them, and I have no excuse for it. What a lovely door. Let me just steal that. Thank you, tree. As you can see there, that was an epic metaphor for all the things mankind has taken from nature that has changed it from what God has intended to a weird amalgamation of technology and plants, with some animal thrown in between. Now we must get back before it gets dark, because when it gets dark, I get really scared, and I don't have my nightlight on me. So I need to build a house, so I can lock out my problems. Now in this game, you might have thought your problems were mostly slimes. However, there's a much darker subplot going on in the background of Terraria. You must face your own problems. Trent, you cannot rely on me all the time to get you out of your binds. Yes, kill them, Trent. Listen to the voice in your head. That chair is facing the other way. The school kids sit in a very uncomfortable way for some reason. Popular TV is really stupid most of the time. Anyway, Trent, now that you have faced your fears, I will do the same. Except that wasn't my only fear. I still have the entire rest of the world to go. As you can see here, this epic game has lots of crafting. Most likely due to its namescape, Minecraft, having lots of epic crafting as well. Goodbyes. Oh. No. Alvin! I didn't like him anyway. But just to make sure he doesn't do that to any of the people I do like, I'm going to murder him. He's murdering me. Holy shit, this zombie was a menace. As you can see with this epic technique, I have successfully killed the zombie. You might not be able to see though, because holy shit. I can't even see, honestly. Now I use my epic anime technique to kill all the zombies. Should probably close that door before those unepic zombies come back. Now watch as I tear down this wall. Mr. Gorbachev should have. I don't know if that's his name, but it is now. I decide who lives and dies around here. It means I also decide who gets to keep their name. Don't at me. Now, epic gamers, I know this might not be to everyone's liking, so I will now skip ahead just a bit. Don't worry though, epic gamers, I'll be right back.
Many tic-tacs later.
Welcome back, epic gamers, to Terraria Let's Play. To you, it's been about 3 seconds. To me, it's been about 3 years. I finally returned from the war. I now have an actual weapon, besides the little stick I was hitting people with, in the form of this yo-yo I found in an abandoned Toys R Us. Trent also gave me a very special gift for my birthday last year, in the form of a cool looking armband from Hot Topic. Shut up, Trent. Anyway, as you can see here, I've fortified my house, as in I've made it so tall no one can get to the top without going inside, and jumping a lot. Now watch as I do these sick yo-yo tricks on some zombonis. As you just saw there were plenty of sunflowers. Also a star. Because that happened. I don't know where I am. Nowhere good. Well, I do believe I might be stuck down here. Or that's what you would think if I didn't have rope, which I always carry with me in case the end comes. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm still incompetent at platforming. I'm just better at murdering now. But that's besides the point, because I said so, and I own the channel and the world. I finally decided it's about time I explore the world around me, instead of hiding into my house in fear of being drafted for the war, which I then got drafted anyway and was forced out of my house by my mother. I have found a chest, as you can see. I don't quite know why, but it appears I am now the Plant Man. I have a book on me that you just saw me get. It means I can now get these epic vines and never run out of rope. This is the power of a true god. Bow to me, and I might spare your pitiful mortal lives. I now have more copper ore than I used to, which means that I now have more copper ore than I used to. Fascinating. Anyway, I will now become trapped within this strange labyrinth that I have just found. I am not very smart. You may not think it will happen, but it will. You'll see. You'll all see. Truth of my powers. Of incompetence. Anyway, as you can see here, oh boy, there's a lot of things to see. As you can see here, I found a chest with grenades in it, because what can you say? I'm asking you honestly, what can you say to that? Because I don't know about you, the last thing I expect to see in a random ass cave is grenades in a chest. I have no excuse for what just transpired there. But ultimately, in this economy, that's okay. I will now erase all evidence of that ever happening. I do believe I might die here. That's why I'm gonna be an epic gamer. And grab this, oh crap, I almost missed the rope. Like an epic gamer would. I now have 2 books, which means I am now double as literate. That's just how it works around here. What is this? I have found what appears to be a gold chest and a bunch of cobwebs and a bookcase, which is useful because I am now double as literate. What is this? A cloud in a bottle, you say? Impossible, but not for us epic gamers. A cloud in a bottle allows us to double jump. And these quick climbing claws I completely forgot I had allows us to do nothing in this current event except slide. That's all it does. It's really useful. Trust me, I know. I'm like 10. Anyway, as you can see here, I've just found a useful item because I can now fuel my terrible alcoholism. It's a really bad problem. Please help. Anyway, what is this? A music change. That means it is time to mine. Or is it? Using my epic gamer senses, I can tell that, for some odd reason, I think it's about time we call it quits for today. But I must require. I need this. Okay. I must now throw out a bunch of stuff. Because I, like most amazing capitalist Americans, am extremely wasteful. Because you don't need to worry about what you use if you have the money to back up your purchases. Urist the Demolitionist has arrived. Urist is a good name. And that reminds me of what our next series will be, if I ever decide to make another video, which I might decide to, and then forget. So, I know I said I was going to call it quits, but I need to break more pots. But really, at this point, that's enough for now. I must now do drugs. And now I'm back at home. This is Urist. He's a dwarven terrorist. Not the kind of dwarf that has a medical defect. Genetic defect. Honestly, in the eyes of God, he's both. But the kind of dwarf that mines and places bombs. Because he's a terrorist. Anyway, this is Howard. You can tell he's capitalist by that epic name. Howard allows us to buy a piggy bank to store our epic capitalism gains. And a sickle. Wait. Howard. That's not capitalist. I will deal with you later. Anyway, ignoring that epic moral conundrum, I will now deposit all of my earnings inside of this chest inside of Howard's room. Because Howard is probably trustworthy. Anyway, now that that epic activity is done, I must now retire to my room, where I will sleep for another 2 years. Please do not like this video, do not comment on this video, and definitely don't subscribe, because if you do any of those, you'll be sorely disappointed in my next epic journey. Hang on a second, epic gamers. It appears we have a guest. Anyway, goodbye, epic gamers. Remember,